Hello, everyone. This is the Nameless One, and tonight we will be continuing the Heart of Darkness campaign. I have here with me tonight Cameo, Ice, Cold, and Nels. It feels like that list should be so much longer. It really does. Before we get started, I would like to remind everybody, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, follow on Twitch, all that good stuff. For those of you who want to show further support, don't forget to wait till the end of the podcast. Check out the links in the description and more about how to support at the end. Other than that, let's go ahead and get started with our recap.
We went to the library and we found out some stuff. Not everybody shared what they found, though, but oh my god, we bugged the hell out of the librarian. I gave her a stick, though, that looks like a crossbow, so hopefully it made her day. We were finding out more about the general history of the place, also a lot of it is centered around Cozy Glow, and she has her friends, and they're always with her, but the way history talks about them, or at least the history books we saw, we're really just focused on Cozy Glow more than her friends. They kind of seemed more like an afterthought. Kind of just stuck in there time to time. Twilight is mentioned to be a unicorn within this universe, and Celestia and Luna are shown to be extremely vile in this verse. But obviously we know that isn't the actual case for the real Celestia and Luna. Because of Otto, we do know that there are multiple people here with actual souls, and and chances are them and Cozy Glow are evil aligned with what we see. Some of us still have books that weren't fully looked into. If I remember correctly, it's me, Phoenix, and I think one more person. Was it Mel?
It was me, Kindle.
Oh, it was Kindle. Okay. We have books that we haven't dived into just yet, but we will be diving into soon because we were more focused on like the other stuff for now.
Yep.
Phoenix found a book on how magic works in this particular Dread Realm, and it is coded, so whoever wrote it doesn't want people to know, but wrote it nevertheless for some reason. Not sure what's going on there, but she'll have to work on that.
I have a few theories, but that's a whole separate thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna go with the assumption that you guys went back to your rooms in the tavern after finding out what you found out for a short rest.
Yeah, that sounds good.
No.
What do?
Also, Phoenix did some funny sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, so Phoenix returned the book in like 1,000 quotation marks and like 6 other adjectives. Coral just straight up walked out with her book.
Yeah, but who's going to stop the giant gargoyle?
Yeah.
Yeah, or the Karen and with the big ass sword.
Yeah.
So, you guys are back in the tavern. I'll go ahead and switch the perspective. There we go. Let me stick these two in the timeout corner. They can keep each other company. Are we missing a Karen? There's the Karen. Let me stick the Karen in here.
Uh-oh. Ah, there I am.
Uh-oh, I'm lost. So, what do... As I remember, you guys really hadn't started any kind of actual planning, just kind of arguing over what to do?
Yeah, we do not currently have a plan now. Kendall. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you can go.
Kindle is just kind of sitting on the bed, kind of scratching his chin. I honestly don't know how to approach this. Something tells me charging through and trying to beat them up is not going to work.
That actually works. I guess there's a certain point we gotta fight, but like...
Nebula mentions something about a united front is a lot harder to beat than one divided.
We don't even know what we're really going up against yet.
Yeah. From what we've seen, those guys look like they can handle themselves.
If I remember correctly, Otto even said they have souls, so it's not even just that there's one Dreadlord here, there's multiple.
Interesting. Well, divide and conquer definitely sounds like a good idea, but something tells me we're gonna need a hell of a lot more information than that.
Everybody get your detective caps on. Although it'd be more espionage.
Yeah. Well. Phoenix
Yeah,
is
I mean-
putting her decryption cap on for now.
I mean, Otto could probably talk his way in, and probably work from there, but yeah, we're probably not getting on that castle unless we have a reason.
Pearl digs through her bag, takes out the book. I don't know if this is gonna mean much, but also takes out a bunch of her papers. Maybe we could do the interviewing.
Is this the book you haven't shown us yet?
Yep.
Kindle is gonna take a curious look at the book.
It is written in a language you do not recognize.
Kindle cocks his head as he's kind of paging through it. Huh. Well, it is an ancient Karen, I can tell you that much. Hey,
Coral looks so
Phoenix.
upset when you say that.
Phoenix, I think this might lie under your expertise. I don't recognize the language of this book.
I'll take a look.
Kindle hands it over.
Can you tell me what
So-
languages you have again?
Yeah, she knows Ancient Unicorn, Old Ponish, and Egyptian, and Sylvan.
So, looking over the book, you recognize a few of the roots and some of the grammar and syntax, but you realize that whatever language this is probably what Ancient Unicorn was derived from.
So it's like Latin's Latin.
I believe what you're looking for, or what's the name of that language? Starts with an S, I believe.
Why am I thinking Sumerian? That is not.
I think
That is not the language.
I think the name of it sounds similar, but I think everybody understands what I'm going for.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
this language predates your ancient unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
This is
logically speaking, roll history for me.
logically speaking old. uh,
Yes, this appears to, in fact, be ancient Alicorn. You could,
okay.
in theory, translate it, so long as they're not using complex sentences in grammar that doesn't appear in Ancient Unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
But it will take you time as well.
Yeah. I suspect this is in Ancient Alicorn, which I can't read. But I could translate it. It would probably just take about as long to do that as to decrypt my book. Or maybe
Ancient
a little less.
Alicorn? That's redundant. Alicorns are already ancient. How old is this?
Well, I believe that would be the language Alicorn spoke before they really did any interactions with mortals. So, like their native tongue, you could say.
Oh, this
Um,
is like first language type stuff.
Coral roll religion. Everybody else roll history.
Oh shit! I clicked deception.
You
I
are not
mean-
going to deceive your way into it.
It's possible that she makes the history check, realizes she's wrong, and then just rolls deception to try and.
No
Mask.
one, no, nice one. A natural 20, that is an 18.
The funny thing is, like, he got a nat 20, but is the second lowest roll.
Yeah.
Not quite the lowest.
There's me. Oh, good.
Anyways, Mel, I'm gonna get to you in a minute. Kindle, ancient Neric to you, like, you know it's ancient because you've heard them talking about it, but like that is your first language over Ponish. You were more gifted with Ponish than anything else, but well, gifted as in you were gifted the ability to speak it. But you don't really know anything about ancient Alicorn. That to your knowledge, that predates you, maybe, possibly.
Okay.
You're not sure.
A quick thing, are you basically saying somebody gave me the ability to speak Ponish?
It's almost like you were resurrected by a deity who knew that none of your companions would speak ancient Neric.
Ah, okay. That's something
Ooh.
bad.
Lore.
Phoenix and Coral. With ancient Alicorn, the kind of thought that it is spoken before it is like their native tongue is correct. With what you have both been required to study at various points during your journey, because Coral got some lessons while she was MIA. You do know that it is a language that is considered. It's almost like a primordial language for this world. So, most, if not all, languages are derived from some form of ancient language like it. All of the pony languages come from ancient Alicorn, especially all forms of Ponish, ancient unicorn, ancient Pegasi, and ancient Earth ponies all had their own languages at one point as well that were derived from ancient Alicorn. Mel, you had at one point managed to stumble over a book at some point that, like, it wasn't the most fascinating of reads, but it did have some interesting tidbits. You remember reading that the last known time period that the ancient Alicorn language was used was during the reign of Sultinibris. You're not entirely, because I'm pretty sure you guys have not had much interaction with Sultinibris or any of his story, so you're not entirely sure who that is, but you do know that after he was dethroned, ancient Alicorn almost entirely died out, and now modern Alicorns speak Ponish, because ancient Alicorn is largely a dead language.
Quick. Oh, never mind. Wouldn't matter because I wouldn't remember. Go ahead. Yeah, forgot. Amnesia. Question wouldn't matter.
Yeah. Well, that's something.
What's that, Mel?
Nothing.
You sure?
Am I supposed to share the information? Because I'm just gonna do that because I forgot why it was relevant.
You guys have a book on ancient Alicorn, and people were trying to, like, suss out more information about the language, so I gave more information.
Okay, well there.
Alright, okay. Complete side note. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Sure.
Yeah, I just blanked for a second.
Okay. So, after you tell us that, Coral just kind of lays flat for a moment and is just like, do you think we can ask any of the gods? Even if they did stop speaking, maybe they could tell us about it? I mean, maybe?
I don't see
Well.
why not.
But, how exactly do we, contact them?
Carl looks at Kendall and raises an eyebrow.
Oh,
Just really
right.
quietly.
Really, bro?
Well, if you could, well, find out the information, that'd be great.
Give me like 1 second because I have too many tabs open.
I know that feeling.
While you
I lost-
were
I-
while you're dealing with that, Ice,
Yes.
roll me a actually disadvantaged Arcana for your attempt to decode.
Yeah. That might fall under like investigation.
No.
No. Okay.
Investigation is if you have the information and you're connecting the strings. It's the conspiracy board.
Yeah. Then it might be intimidation.
You can intimidate the book into translating itself.
Yes.
But isn't investigation also the search skill?
No, that's perception.
Yeah, it's actually apparently a common misconception. Is you're supposed to use perception for searching, and investigation is a way to help the DM connect dots that players aren't quite getting, essentially.
Okay.
And I
wanna
suppose
argue, but you said
insight.
it's a common misconception, so I might just be wrong.
Yeah, I only found out about it a few months earlier this year. So
I suppose that would make insight the DM smacking the player over the head with information.
it's the people skill. Yeah. Insight tells you, like, you roll insight if you want to find out, like, visibly what a person is trying to, like, think, or, like, their impression of you based off of body language and, like, facial features and things like that.
Ah, okay.
Well, arguably it isn't necessarily just that.
That's what I generally
It's
use
like
it
your
for.
vibometer.
Yeah, that is pretty accurate. Because you can also use it for groups. You can use it for a lot of different scenarios. I just default it to the people skill because the words used for it are kind of misleading.
Yeah, and it's definitely the most common use.
Insight and investigation both can be confused very easily, just based off of the word used for it. But anyways, you have had no luck with your decoding so far. Whoever wrote this wrote it specifically to thwart those who have knowledge of the arcane. Not saying that it's going to be any easier if you have, say, Kindle read it, but it is even
Give it
harder.
a shot.
It is even harder since it was essentially, it's written in a similar manner to how a spellbook would be written, which means, mechanically speaking, a crit fail will cause you to have some sort of adverse magical effect happen to you.
Might have Nez look at it at some point just to see if he has any special insight. Just on a whim. You never know.
Melrose?
Yeah, you show it to Melrose, not Ness.
Dang it.
I
no,
don't know how
you don't
you-
understand. They're gonna break fourth wall to throw it at Nez so Nez can check it. Not Nell, Nez.
Yeah, Nez is a one who reads D&D rules. He will surely have some sort of insight.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't understand how you guys get this. Like, it is specifically Nez too. What about Nez makes you guys forget that his character name is not Nez?
Because
I
Nez
blame
sounds like a
Wind.
pony name.
I blame Wind. Wind repeatedly messed it up, like throughout like the early parts of the campaign, and they were
Yeah.
also the ones who referred to me by name the most.
Yeah.
Good God, Ice, are you okay? Return to us.
No.
I can hear you now.
I
so-
can hear him. Yeah.
Did I disconnect briefly or something?
yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. But yeah, you aren't able to glean any actual good information out of like the coded writing on the page, and you swear that as you're watching it, sometimes it changes what it's saying.
Probably is.
So we're just having troubles with books. This is what happens when you try to learn to read.
I'm sure that's it. Wait, actually, since you barely know how to read, it changing the words on you might not affect you as much.
Wait, are you gonna have her try to read it?
Squints at you.
Yes.
Coral squints at you like.
The book. What's it say?
Coral, roll a disadvantage Arcana.
Watch her nat 20.
I freaking swear
Open
that'll be
your
some
third
wild
eye.
ass shit. I only have 2, and I'm not even sure if they're functioning. So what the... No.
That's even better
Hey,
than
guys.
natural 20s. No.
Amazing.
Of all the things to happen,
Yo, this universe really said, girl, you cannot read.
it's no reading for
Cole
you.
looks at the book and gets so frustrated. She throws it out the window.
Coral, when you
Just
throw
like, I don't...
when you throw the book, you go sailing out the window with it.
Wait, did they not let go of the book?
No, they let go of the book. I believe
What was
okay.
the book anyway?
Yeah, I think that's she threw it but fell out the window because of the natural 1.
No, she didn't fall out of the window. She hurled the book like from where she was, and then looked like she got catapulted out the window.
Kindle kind of leans out the window. I think you hurt the book's feelings.
My feelings, you're so inconsiderate. I can't even tell the letters apart. It's just like one can trick you into a scramble. How the hell am I supposed to read this?
Well, it was worth a shot.
Yeah, go ahead and pick it back up. We can go back to it.
No. Girl gets a stick, pokes the book, the bad book, stays out here.
Kindle attempts to roll his eyes, forgets he doesn't have eyes, and then kinda hops out the window and go fetches the book and goes back in.
Girl is still outside. He's not going in.
Now, side note for the DM, would comprehend languages work with Ancient Alicorn?
Comprehend languages would work. It's just whether or not. How long does the spell last?
An hour.
Yeah, so it would probably take a couple of recastings for you to be able to make it all the way through this book.
So we could try that.
The sort of spell book or Coral's book?
World's book.
Oh, there's no way it's working on a spell book.
Okay,
Yeah.
good point. Kindle will hand it over to Phoenix.
Yeah. Well, while I run the cryptic spellbook in my mind, I can just read through this.
So, the book seems to be entirely unrelated to this Dread Realm, for one. Your initial reading through it seems to be a lot of information about societal structures in the Empire of Sol Tenebris. It also mentions that there was a strange happening during the point of the dynasty before Sol Tenebris's, where Sol Tenebris and his brother, whose name, even though you're using comprehend language, no matter how hard you try, you can't seem to actually read it. But he and his brother disappear, and it mentions that at that point they had been going by a different name, but came back as Sol Tenebris in the Pony of Shadows. And it denotes that they're the first Nightmare Alicorns, which
Interesting.
you have some knowledge of Nightmare Alicorns, very, very small amounts. Coral can roll religion if you ask her about it, to possibly glean a bit more, given that she literally worships an Alicorn. But
not exactly relevant to our current situation. But fun fact, Sol Tenebris and the Pony of Shadows were not originally Nightmare Alicorns.
Interesting. Kindle pokes his head out the window. Hey, Coral, do you want to come back in?
What? When you look at Coral, she just has these sticks in her hair that weren't there from before.
Yeah, this is canonically 4 hours later.
It's surprisingly, you can tell there's a new layer of dirt on Coral. It's not just the sticks, there's just a whole new layer of dirt there.
Kindle just kind of puts his hoof to his forehead. We're probably gonna have to pay the innkeeper a little bit more for the cleanup. Coral, can you please come in?
Coral just sticks her head through the window and just, what do you guys want? I'm not going all the way in. I don't know where the bathroom is there.
I think that would
Oh, the
be
book!
your cue, Phoenix.
Where the bathroom is?
Oh, that's funny.
Kindle moves his other hoof to his forehead. No, about the book.
Oh yeah, I should get back to decoding that. She switches books.
So you're going with you did 4 hours worth of reading?
I assume so. You said it would take multiple casts of Comprehend Languages.
Okay. So
Each cast is 10 minutes because she's casting it as a ritual, so.
So, I'll give you a bit more information from the book. There is something that keeps getting hinted at throughout the book that seems to be the source of the nightmare thing. But the book ends about halfway through Sol Tenebrous' reign in a way that makes you think there may be a second volume somewhere. But whatever the lurking something that the book seems to hint at but not want to actually acknowledge could possibly be important in some way to like the overarching what's happening to you guys, but not so much to your immediate needs.
Well, this could actually be relevant. Seems like the Nightmare Alicorn thing is caused by some sort of outside force to the Alicorns themselves, which could have something to do with the Silent King and that sort of thing. And maybe Cozy Glow? Maybe.
When you say that, the coral like kind of like flaps her wings a bit, not like to fly, but like a thought kind of hit her head, and she's like, "Huh, that seems kind of familiar." Nightmare Alicorn. Well, there was Luna, but then there was. She folds her wings and then just like goes back out, like sticks her head back out. I don't know if I actually know that. Well, it's funny. Why do you hate me? What are you doing?
Yeah, I do believe Coral has mentioned Nightmare Moon in the past.
So she
Coral
just
has
did.
straight up met Nightmare Moon.
Know that too.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
you do know that Shadowfire has a nightmare form, but you're not entirely sure of any of the others if they have a known nightmare form. Because for you, Shadowfire is basically like his nightmare form is basic knowledge for you guys, being clerics and paladins of destruction and followers of Shadowfire.
I stick my head back in. Okay, so there's only one other Nightmare Alicorn I know. I don't know if Nightmare versions of every Alicorn is a thing. Doubt it is, but you know. Yeah, Shadowfire also has a Nightmare form.
Huh.
And no, it was not that thing. Coral just kind of like looks away for a moment.
The name of his nightmare form is the Nameless Nightmare.
So yeah, they normally do have like different names. Like there's Nightmare Moon, which was Luna's, and Shadowfire had the Nameless Nightmare. So Sol Tenebrous having a completely different name, it makes sense. And you said the Pony of Shadows was also his brother, right?
Yeah.
Coral just kind of hangs on the windowsill for a bit. I'm telling you, that sounds way more familiar, but I can't remember why. Well, I got nothing for now. If I remember more, I'll let you know.
And there
Thank you,
might also be
Coral.
a second volume of this series. We want to keep exploring whatever this topic is.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on it, but Fiddle finally shakes his head. Damn it, we're getting distracted. What are we going to do to handle this current situation?
Well, the point is more research. But the library may not be a good bet at this point.
Yeah, those books didn't seem all that honest.
They very rarely would be. Given, they gotta be about the almighty.
So, this is a point that we're actually going to use insight. Everybody roll me an insight check.
Okay.
Shockingly, Phoenix is kind of bad at insight. Oh, apparently she's a lot better than y'all. Okay.
Oh jeez, poor Coral.
Roll 20
Girl.
hates you tonight.
That's 3 in a
Oh
row.
my god.
Wait, no, not quite.
So, we'll start with Coral. Coral, you're just kind of stumped. You're not sure how you're supposed to find out this kind of information. You're not a people gargoyle.
Which is funny when you consider how I play.
I mean, it does kind of also make sense, because since when was Coral so socially well-versed? She's not quite socially inept. That's more Wynn's thing. But Coral has never been raised in a situation that the proper type of decorum in an era and place like this would make sense to her. Mel, you're a druid, and being a druid, that gives you the ability to converse with things that people can't. So, potentially, you could ask questions to the plants and animals in the area and potentially figure out, or mushrooms, I guess, given that you're a sport druid. You could potentially figure out, things like paths and routes that the individuals take. Kendall, now sounds like a really good time to go get drunk at a different tavern. Do I need to explain further than that?
Nope.
Okay.
Kind of shaking his head and says like, I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll see you guys. You guys kind of just think, see if you can figure something out.
Okay.
Phoenix, the libraries are going to lie to you incessantly, but that doesn't mean the people will.
Yes.
So, finding people to talk to that will give you more information will probably be quite instrumental in finding out more. Also, I don't know if Kendall actually understood what I was implying.
No, I just wanted to make sure I said something to Nebula before I left.
But yeah, you can interact with townsfolk, interact with various people from, the castle's guard, whoever you think you can get close enough to ask questions. You can also, help Coral figure out what to do next.
Coral's fine.
But you have a number of individuals that you need to find out information on.
Yeah. Libraries probably won't give us too much information. But if we talk to people close to the people we want to find out about, they would probably be able to give us accurate information. We just have to do it without drawing attention to the fact that we're trying for information.
Coral just looks at Phoenix for a minute. Give me my papers. I know what to do now.
Oh, okay. And she'll hand over some paper. Yes, plenty.
Cole, do me a favor. I know there was. I'm pretty sure it was 5. Correct? There was 5 friend people. It was the number.
5. I think you gave 8.
Oh, was it 8?
Let's go with 5.
No, it's 8.
Darn. Why would you tell him?
Yeah, friends are 8 strong.
Okay. And you have the names for 2 of them.
Actually, I think I have the name for 4.
For 4. What were the other 2 names?
Okay, it wouldn't have been there. Cloud Spike and Iron Hooves.
Yes, that's right. Okay. For once, the DM is going to need to take notes. Because otherwise, I am going to forget all of these names.
What kind of, as I'm, kind of wandering around, what kind of bar do I end up at?
Hold on. We will get to that in a moment.
Okay.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me just a sec to finish writing this stuff down.
No problem.
Okay. That fixes that. Okay, so. Before we already know what Cold is doing. What does the rest of the group want to do?
Coral is going around making a poll and asking a bunch of people questions because she's not subtle at all.
Okay.
Hear me out. The questions that she is asking, though, is like, who do you think is Cozy Glow's best friend? Like, things like that. Like, who do you think is like the coolest or stuff like that? Not counting Cozy Glow, because that will be cheating. You cannot count Cozy Glow.
This is gonna show up in the newspaper at some point.
So
She's gonna give the newspaper her findings. Like, I did a poll and a lot of people think this one is the coolest, and like you can't count Cozy Glow because that would be cheating, and then they think this one is like the one with the most style, and like
That could legitimately start some real drama. This could be good.
So,
Could be good.
Coral, go ahead and get me a set of questions. Mel, what are you going to do?
I'm not sure.
You good, Mel? Or Ness?
Yeah, I'm good. I just not sure what to do in this situation, I guess.
He hinted with speaking with plants and animals.
Okay.
Is that what you would like to do?
I don't know. I'm kind of zoned out again. I need to pay more attention.
Have you eaten today?
Yeah.
Have you drank water?
Yeah, I'm just like doing something else at the same time, and it's obviously distracting me way too much. I'm stopping.
Okay. Do you need a recap on what's going on?
We're a little bit maybe. Sorry.
So, right now they're doing information gathering on the 8 companions of Cozy Glow, and the insight check that you made. I gave you the lead that you could follow that is finding out routes and things like that important individuals take using the plants and animals of the area, or mushrooms since you're spore druid.
Okay.
If you have other things you would like to do as well, though, you are more than welcome. You are not stuck just doing one thing. Coral so far is trying to create a poll to find out who people like. They also, I gave Kindle a hint, but still not entirely 100% on whether my hint was taken properly or if he's just going to get drunk now.
I'm going to be asking questions once I get there.
Okay. Because at first it didn't quite sound that way.
So I can actually speak with both plants and animals. So I guess I'll start with the plants.
Okay.
There.
Spell, 30-foot radius.
What do the shrooms know?
I don't know why that question caught me off guard like that. And then I will get to yours in just a minute. Ice, what is your plan? What are you going to do?
Well, originally, Phoenix is not really the espionage type. She's far too honest and straightforward for that. But as soon as she figured out what Quirrell was doing, helping create poll questions is something she can do. And she'll also take out Leela's spellbook in a perhaps not so subtle attempt to tell Leela that this might be something that she wants to join in on too.
The mattress gets flipped on top of you when you do that.
Oh well. Anyways, I'd love to help create some poll questions.
Okay. So
You guys want to see this?
You two go ahead and
Questions.
make me some poll questions. And we're going to start with Mel. Limited sentience and animation, given the ability to communicate with you and follow your simple command. So, do you have a particular area that you want to do that in?
I mean, I
Is
guess
it-
I go somewhere near like the palace area and ask around. I guess.
Okay. So there are some fairly decent sized trees in that area, especially one pretty old looking oak that is kind of in a almost like a circular town square kind of area.
All right. Hey, you know about the like Cozy Ghoul's friends and stuff? I guess you.
I'm making sure like I can do what I'm about to do before. So the oak tells you that a lot of people pass this way, and it's not aware of who is and is not considered a friend of Cozy Glow's, and tells you in almost no uncertain terms that as far as it's concerned, she doesn't seem to have friends.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just ask you about something else then. Do you know if there's any like other entrance ways into the palace other than the like main ones?
It tells you that its roots are currently in touching the what it calls the old way.
Do I know what that means?
With the way that trees tend to talk, it's basically telling you that there is a tunnel that has been there as long as it has been. Because oaks tend to be kind of pretentious. They are the oldest thing here, and they are the most important. Therefore, if it has been there as long as the oak, it is the old way.
Do you know where that old way connects to the surface, or is that too far away?
It tells you that in both directions it goes out further than its roots. But it does tell you that it is in a generally eastwardly direction that it leads away, and then it goes west to go to the castle.
Okay, that was very helpful. Thank you.
It wishes you to have a nice day.
Okay, I wander off eastward and look for tunnels or something. I don't know.
Go ahead and roll me a perception.
I'm good at those.
So it takes several hours of searching, but at the very outskirts of town, you find what appears to be some sort of old sewer tunnel. No water's coming from it, so it implies that it's probably not in use. But with a little bit of work, you could squeeze somebody as big as Coral through. But it is going to take some time to like clear debris out of the way.
Okay. I guess I
Um,
get to work on that a little bit.
Well, as you're approaching, you do see a group of rats who are roughly about the size of small dogs. They are fairly large rats. Not like giant rat size, but oh my god, that's from New York rat size.
Yeah.
Oh god, the rats that go into the tunnel or the ones that steal the pizza?
Yes.
No, those are genuinely two different sizes.
I don't actually know that. I have never been to New York.
Yeah.
Whichever one is bigger.
Oh gosh.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna ask the rats if this connects to the castle. I'll just cast the spell. You know how Speak of Animals works, I assume.
Go ahead and send it just so I can double check, but for the most part, yeah. They tell you that the tunnel connects to the food store. Store as in like to store something, not to buy something place.
Oh. Can you show me where that is?
They both the whole group kind of looks at you funny, then looks back to each other, and you can hear them whispering something before one of the larger ones turns to you and basically tries to extort you for food.
Okay,
They are rats after all.
Yep.
He does mention that because of the friendless one, he does not particularly care for trying to navigate the tunnels closer to the food store.
Okay. I guess I don't know. I guess I go off to find some kind of food that they might like.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and switch over to Kindle.
Alright. As I'm kind of traveling around, looking around the town, I'm definitely looking for a bar.
There are several. What kind of bar are you looking for? Are you looking for the seedy underbelly type, or are you looking for like more of an upscale bar, or like kind of more of the middle of the road?
Probably middle of the road, leaning towards the more unsavory.
Okay. So you are able to find one. It's named the Fat Pegasus, and the sign is a very bloated Pegasus, with the name written across its side. Inside, the traffic's kind of middle of the road. It's not super busy, but it's also not super empty. Kind of what you'd expect for like midday kind of traffic. The barkeep is currently conversing with someone at the bar while cleaning a glass. He appears to be a griffin.
Yeah, let's see. I suppose Kindle's gonna kinda walk up to the bar and kinda give a polite nod. Hey, anything to do around here? And he's kind of pointing towards his sword as he says that.
The griffin arcs an eyebrow at you before telling you that they don't really have need of your type in this area.
Yeah, pity. I don't need much of my type. I take it that means the area is pretty secure?
The patron the griffin was talking to snorts and tells you that they haven't had any crises since Cozy Glow and her friends rose to power?
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about them. So, what exactly happened?
The Griffin shrugs and says that they showed up one day and took over from the tyrant, or at least that's what they've heard. As far as the Griffin can remember, the Cozy Glow's kind of just been in charge, and her friends have always been like acting as enforcers.
Enforcers, huh?
You get no response.
Well, seems kind of odd she'd need enforcers when it seems like everybody loves her.
You get no response again.
Well. Yeah. Just for shits and giggles. Any of them particularly good fighters?
They tell you that all of them are. In their own ways.
Yeah, really? Well, I always like to learn about different styles of fighting. What are some of the differences? How do they fight?
Roll insight for me.
Not the best, but...
You're starting to get a lot of suspicious looks from around the bar, not just the bartender and the patron you were talking to.
Kind of glances around. Everyone? What? I like learning how different people fight. It's part of my nature, part of what I do. I'm just curious.
The Griffin gives you a look and says that it's probably best that you leave now.
Kendall just kind of rolls his eyes like, hey, you guys are boring. Maybe I can find a different place that's a little bit more fun.
So Kendall stands there, empty eye socketly looking at people, and then walks out.
Yeah, pretty much.
You don't realize how expressive certain body parts are until you don't have them and can't use them.
Yeah, pretty much. The glasses help cover up, but the lack, but yeah.
But seeing as you have been kicked out of the bar, I'm going to go ahead and see if my two intrepid polars have come up with some questions.
Right now, Cameo is eating, but I do have a list of questions. And I think how we're going to do it is we both go out, and Phoenix can write down everybody's answers and then compile them later for the newspaper, as she has good handwriting, calligraphy stuff.
Okay.
Post questions.
Post that in the Heart of Darkness chat so that I can dual wield here.
Yes. I should probably
down.
post it here, so viewers can.
Oh, good lord! That is. It got spread the fuck out. So the answer to the first question seems to almost unanimously be Silver Tongue. Most people answer glitter dust to the second one. And most of them cite a lot of the what sounds to you, Ice, as like illusion magic. Silvertongue also wins best dressed. The fastest, most seem very conflicted on, but you do seem to get a majority for Leafmane. Prettiest voice also goes to Silvertongue. The best without armor goes to Glitter Dust again. Best in armor goes to Iron Hooves and Steelbrand, both tie for that one. Best dancer is Leafmane. Nobody seems to be able to like really give much of an answer. Like everybody has different answers for who practices more. The vast majority seem to want to dance with Silvertongue. Better at math is a tie between Silvertongue and Glitter Dust. Silvertongue also wins better magic user, but Glitter Dust is close for second, and Leafmane trails pretty heftily behind in third. Silvertongue wins the spelling bee. Silvertongue wins the magical circle. Silvertongue and Steelbrand tie for chess. Glitter Dust gets the prettier eyes. Barebone actually gets the longest long jump. Who could complete an obstacle course the fastest? Leafmane is given credit for that one. Chop down a tree the fastest is a tie between Ironhoof, Steelbrand, and Barebone. Best dressed on average is Silvertongue and Glitter Dust tied, with Leafmane trailing behind. Best laugh is tied for Glitter Dust and Silvertongue again. As for how easy it is to make them laugh, nobody seems to really have a good answer to that one. And everybody seems convinced that they can do it. You get some really cringy jokes. Who can pull the bigger cart is a tie between Ironhooves and Barebone, with Steelbrand trailing a close second. Most of them do not seem to know what a rap battle is. But the two or three that you do get an answer from seem to think it's a tie between Glitter Dust and Silvertongue. As for the Hayburgers, that's a tie between Barebone and Ironhooves. Who has the best hoof riding is another tie between Silvertongue and Glitterdust. And who smells the best is surprisingly Leafmane gets first, and then Silvertongue and Glitterdust tie for second, with only like 3 people mentioning the others that I've already mentioned. And no, I did not forget to mention any names. There are some notable absences. Cloudspike at no point was mentioned, which is a name that you already have. And there is an unnamed 8th member.
Once this gets to the polls.
Go figure, the one named Silvertongue is incredibly popular.
That's crazy.
You would think Bare Bones would only show up once, but no. There are 2 people, like, completely unnamed, and Bare Bones pops up a few times. Not so Bare Bones in comparison, huh?
R.I.P. Silvertongue when they realize they aren't the best smelling.
No, also R.I.P. to Glitter as well.
Rip Glitter.
I will note that notable runner-ups for the best without armor, one of them is Bare Bones, and the people that mention it also mentioned that they've never seen him in armor, so they wouldn't know what he looked like in it.
Okay.
We found our barbarian.
I mean, it could be a barbarian, it could be a monk.
Well, he's got the heavy cart pull. So,
Strength monks are a thing.
I mean, yeah, but like sustained strength? I don't know.
You didn't
Those are
specify
my
how
thoughts.
far the cart needed to
That
be
is
pulled.
true.
And it was a pull. You can't be too pedantic.
Yeah. Every question has like 3 paragraphs explaining the fine details.
That sounds like
Coral is
something
not
you would do
saying
to
all
me.
of those things.
That's what it would look like if Phoenix was the only one writing this up.
See, you didn't even
Coral is
deny
not
it. That
saying
is
all
something
that.
you would do to me. See, this is why you need Quirrell, because Quirrell is able to give you concise questions that don't scare off the crowd.
Yeah.
Have to read an entire essay for each question. Anyways, I'm assuming you guys are taking note of it, all of that.
Yeah.
And
Coral is now curious on how they smell. Specifically, like
there are some definite implications with what I gave you, but I am not going to just let you roll investigation. You're gonna have to figure it out for yourself. And I'm
Yeah.
curious to see how it goes.
Yeah,
So-
give me a moment because I need to throw this on sheets and then reorganize.
Mel.
Yeah.
You have found yourself some decent rat snacks. Do you return to your rat conmen, I guess? I don't know. I wouldn't say compatriots, because you're getting extorted for food.
Yeah, I know. But it's definitely worth it for me. Even if they feel like they're scamming me. I guess I'm gonna check if everyone else is done first before I go back.
So all of this is happening concurrently. So as you are collecting food, you see the two pollers flagging people down and getting them to fill out the poll, and you watch as Kindle gets kicked out of a bar.
Okay, well, they're not done. So I guess I'll just go back to the rats and let them lead me to the food place, wherever that is.
So once you crawl into the tunnel, it does expand out quite a bit. It's enough room for Coral and like one other person to stand side by side. Not if it's a Coral-sized person, but like a pony-sized person could definitely comfortably walk next to her in this tunnel. And it does have quite a few branching paths, but it seems that the way that they're taking you is primarily a straight shot. There's a few twists and turns, and you do find the spot where the oak's roots have grown through the tunnels, and when they stop, they point at a grate above you that, based on the sounds and the smells coming from it, it appears that there is a kitchen above. Looking at the grate is kind of set more closely to the wall, but it is a busy kitchen.
Okay, that should be good enough. Is the grate like the kind of thing that you could take off, or is it just like welded into like the floor?
It is definitely one it would take a little effort, but you could remove it. It's not so much welded as it's just like all kinds of crap has kind of stuck it in place.
Yeah, it's like latched and screwed and all that stuff.
Oh no, like it's covered in grease and stuff. Like
Oh,
it's gunked into the spot. Like there's just nasty stuff holding it in place in a. So
we have a wizard. There's nothing prestidigitation can't fix.
But other than that, it doesn't seem to have any kind of like particular way to fix it to the position. Although you do occasionally, like as you are watching the grate, see somebody will dump stuff into it, so they know it's there. They just see it as somewhere to dump waste.
Yeah, they're not expecting there to be people down there. Obviously. Well, that's all I needed. I guess I'm gonna, like, work my way back along the path that I would have been paying attention to.
The rats do warn you that the little friendless one is not one to be messed with. She has ordered many of their kind to be killed.
Honestly, I'm not, that is noted, but at the same time, I'm not sure I care about how ruthless the rats think someone is. Especially when they're this big and obviously, like, trying to eat out of their kitchen.
Okay. So we're going to say that it is now towards the end of the day, and you guys can congregate and share your findings. Unless, of course, somebody has something more in particular that they would like to specifically look for. I think my polars
I
got
wanna
most of
take
theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Kendall would kind of frustrated at not getting any real answers is gonna just kind of go and look at the castle directly.
It is a very solidly built structure. And it looks almost out of place with the kind of bubbly and soft architecture of everything else around it. This thing looks like it was built for war, whereas the rest of the town does not.
Almost like they're ready for a fight. Are there any guards?
Lots.
Anyone of note?
Nope.
In that case, Kendall kind of approaches one of the guards at the front gate.
The guard halts you and asks what your business is.
Well, at the moment, not a whole lot, but suppose you could say I'm looking for a job. Kind of points to his sword.
They look at your sword, and then one of them tells you that they're not recruiting right now, that recruitment will be next month.
Of course, timing has to be next month. No exceptions.
The other guard shakes his head and says that they aren't expecting any retirees until next month.
Well, is there any way I can prove I'm good?
The guards both shake their heads and tell you that if you are interested in joining the guard, to be at the recruitment at the time that it happens, and you will be assessed there. And also mention that it's way above their pay grade to even care about that, beyond telling you where to go when.
Yeah, that kind of figures. Damn. Kind of really looking forward to meeting some of the big folk. Really prove myself. I mean, Steelbrand sounds like he'd be a lot of fun.
You do not get a response from that.
Well, is there anything for someone martially inclined to do around here?
They direct you to a mine.
Kind of looks back at them, raises an eyebrow. As in doing the mining, or as in dealing with something down there?
They tell you for doing the mining.
There's no place fun. Well, thanks a lot. I guess I'll be there at the recruitment. Of course, if anyone decides to retire early, I'm here.
They ignore the last part of that comment and wish you luck for the recruitment process.
Yeah. Guess Kendall kind of takes in the environment around the castle, like not the castle itself, but what's around it.
It seems like they have a pretty decent distance between the castle and the proper city itself. There's not a lot of like places that you could say jump from roof to the castle.
Any moat or anything like that?
No, but with the space around the castle, it's not really needed. If they were to be attacked, most things would turn into pin cushions before they could get to the gates or the walls.
Yeah, definitely prepared for war. What's the kind of status of their equipment and kind of the general
Pristine.
skill level of the guards?
You have
pristine
no way
equipment.
have no way to actually check the skill level of the guards because anybody can stand there and look competent.
True. Yeah, because hard to tell what the level of discipline is, considering I'm probably not seeing any marching around.
Nope. You just have the two. Well, you do see some moving around, but like it's not in a way that can tell you whether or not they've got anything especially noteworthy in the ways of discipline. You would need to see them marching as a unit to be able to tell that.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. In that case, Kindle just kind of starts making his way back towards the inn, but he's keeping an eye out for any other, actual guards or militarily inclined people in the village.
For the most part, it seems like it's largely just regular civilians. But again, that's something that is very difficult to judge.
Right. I suppose I wasn't expecting too terribly much. And given how late it is, probably don't have time to go to any more of the more seedy places. That'll have to wait for another time. So, I'll return to the group.
Okay. Let me look at the other questions. So, there doesn't seem to be much of a consensus. Somebody poses eating contest for that first question. What do you think Cloud Spike could beat everyone else at? But it almost seems like most people don't know what he's good at. And least favorite is almost unanimously bare bones.
Not even the unnamed person, it's just flat out bare bones.
I mean, you can't vote for someone if you don't know who their name is.
Point.
And then the Cozy Glow mane and tail style gets awarded to Glitter Dust again. And quite a few people mentioned that they think that he could wear any mane style.
Ooh. I bet he can't wear hats, though.
I bet he can't wear hats. Okay.
Nah, because if it's all about the different hairstyles, a hat will hide all of that. It's not gonna work. You gotta show off the hair. The hats aren't good.
Okay. So the group is going to congregate back at the inn.
For now, yeah.
So we can pretty up the results and then hand it into the newspaper. Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to do... I'm going to say you guys have a short rest and your results get posted in the newspaper, because why wouldn't they? So it all ends up with it ends up with quite a few people like arguing in the tavern at one point, and it seems that there's quite a few people that find this poll very divisive for unknown reasons.
I'm curious if the newspaper changed anything about the poll, or if it's all the exact results.
So you want to look through?
Yeah.
So when you look through, you do notice that several of the results were changed. Barebones was almost entirely removed. Leaf Mane was dropped down several places. And Silvertongue is often placed above Glitterdust in places where they tied or Glitterdust won.
Oh god. Oh no. Hey, that's not right.
I think we just figured out who writes the newspaper.
So, what do...
The fact that Barebones is just full on. Like, I know he's the least favorite, but yeah. He still had some good stuff.
Yeah, did they just remove that entire question or put somebody else in?
Most of them, it alternates between Iron Hooves and Steel Brands. Where Barebones had won.
I take it you guys. I take it you guys informed us of everything you had done.
Yeah, you got a packet of our results.
And I'd imagine you're all looking at the newspaper together.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like someone either didn't like Barebones or Barebones doesn't want his name in the paper. And no one spoke about that mysterious 8th. Everyone says there's an 8th, but no one knows their name, apparently. Or at least knows nothing about them. If it were me... If it were me, that would be my intelligence gatherer. Best guess, of course. I mean, when you have a spy, well, you wouldn't be a very good spy if anyone knew about you.
Nez, do you also share the information that you gleaned?
I mean, the plants and the animals don't seem to think Cozy Glow has any friends. And also I found a secret passage to the kitchen.
Well, we have that. Definitely love to do a little more poking around the castle, but I obviously can't get in. Kind of rolls of that. Recruitment's not till next month. Go figure. Short of somebody being puts his hooves up and does quotation moves, retires any of the guards, not much I can do.
So,
Mm,
Ice, do me a favor and roll a quick insight.
Brain. Okay.
That's funny.
So, hearing the quotations retires, and you sit there to think for a minute, and then you kind of realize that what he's saying, like Kindle almost sounds like he thinks the retires is a little more violent than it actually is, but it sounds like this guard is this. They've not seen action. They're a garrison guard. They're not a standing army. It seems like they may be experienced. They may have good equipment, but like they don't have like battle experience. They have like training experience. And you actually, in your homeland, would have heard similar terms like you only recruit at certain times because if you have too many guards, how are you supposed to keep them fed and paid?
Yeah.
So having it rotate depending on who retires means that it's actually much more likely that you keep a decent-sized military without overtaxing budget.
Yeah. I doubt they are retiring by getting killed. By the sounds of it. It's probably just genuine retirement.
Yeah.
Fairly peaceful town and all.
Yeah, sounds like they don't get out much. I mean, you know, of course, accidents happen, but, well, my version of an accident is, they trip over my sword and sever their heads.
I don't think we need to cause any retiring.
Well, not that way, no.
well, I have a stupid idea, right? Hear me out though. We should ask who is gonna be retiring so that we can, like, prepare a celebration. And this way. I am so sorry. Give me a second, my dog.
You're fine.
Also, like how she said stupid idea, but her idea probably got you guys the most information.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, we literally like
Okay,
have
sorry,
a book on what everybody's talents are.
Sorry, where was my dog
Uh,
threw me off for a second.
Prepare a celebration for who's retiring.
Yes. So this way we get to know about the guards and get to celebrate them, and people be happier. It's not like they see much, so going out with a bang will be a fun little thing. Catching my drift?
Hey Mel, do me a favor, roll me an insight.
There is an
Okay.
awkward amount of Violet innuendo in that. Go out with a bang, eh?
Jesus Christ! So
20.
Mel, you were raised around the likes of Pinkie Pie, and random parties aren't normally something to be concerned about.
I
You
don't think I'm old enough to have met Pinky herself.
either way, you were raised around
If
party
you live
ponies.
in Ponyville, if you were in Ponyville,
actually-
you met Pinky.
I don't actually think he was in Ponyville until much later, which would have been around the disappearance of the main six.
Ah.
But you were raised around party ponies and random parties and things like that. But this place seems a little more suspicious of newcomers. And throwing random party for for people you don't know, while it could be played off as a altruistic gesture, it is very likely to be scrutinized to hell and back. Do you need me to clarify anything in that?
Yeah, I got distracted by the memories, I guess. Yeah.
So basically, the idea of what I was conveying is that, well, yes, you could technically get away with the random party idea. It is highly likely to be scrutinized to hell and back, and if you guys slip up even a little, you could show your hand way sooner than you're ready for, and on turf that you're not ready to show it.
Yeah, I convey as much. Like, I don't think this is the type of town where random parties are expected. And on top of that, they don't know us in the first place. So that's maybe not the best idea.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, well, if they weren't so damn suspicious, probably would have worked.
That sentence actually is like kind of fitting. When this newspaper was released, Bare Bones got canceled.
Poor Bare Bones.
Yeah. That's how much people don't like him.
Yeah. Kindle is looking out the window. Wonder what the dynamic between the group is. I mean, I wonder if there's a way, pit them against each other.
I mean,
For all we know, they're already. I like that.
lifts up the paper showing the actual results versus what was published.
Oh, yeah, that. Good.
We at least know that Bare Bones is literally the least favorite to the point where he gets deleted. There's one that doesn't even get mentioned. Silver Tongue has to be the best. No such thing as a tie with him.
Well, if they're at odds, I was kind of more thinking, what would it take to make them go to blows with each other?
Oh no. Well, just lays down.
Because this information's definitely good. And gives us an idea of what we're possibly facing against. I just wonder. We got real good time to have Otto. I mean, if there's anybody who could cause an internal fight, probably be him. I mean, if you know the right ears to whisper into and file the right paperwork, well, you can cause kingdoms to collapse.
Yeah. This is gonna be hard, no matter how we do it.
Yeah. Maybe we should go to the newspaper and talk to the people who might have done the edits. Though, probably not me. I mean, Coral and Phoenix, you did the job, and well, I think you'd be righteous, have good righteous indignation for why your stuff was altered. Ask some questions.
You could also talk to Barebones, potentially.
Yeah, I mean, him being that disliked. That's possible. Probably gonna want to keep me around for that one, though. Because, yeah, he sounds like a tough customer. Yeah, Kendall kind of looks
Not
over at
selling any
Melrose.
products.
Looks over at...
I caught that cameo.
Kendall looks over at Melrose. You could shapeshift, right?
I mean, yeah.
Little tiny things? I seem to remember you doing spider before.
That was a big spider. I don't think I could do a small one.
Well, there's that. Great. You think if you're careful you could sneak in, do some reconnaissance?
I mean, sure. If I get caught, that's probably not gonna be great, though.
Yeah, that's what's got me worried. This definitely sounds like they got some magic bullshit. No offense, Phoenix.
He looks at you.
Because, you know, if I'm reading these answers right, illusionist, there could definitely be some problems with that.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that if nobody else has any objections, now would be a decent time to put a pin in it for the night.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because that'll give you guys some time. I would recommend strategizing with each other. I know
Yeah.
it's a novel concept for some of my groups, but you know.
Well, Phoenix does have a potential strategy, but she can't share it. For reasons.
For reasons.
For reasons.
Especially now that we
Coral.
know that, like, one of those friends are probably mind magic people.
But for the time being, for those of you that may or may not still be watching, if you enjoyed that and would like to see more of it, then don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, follow on Twitch, all that good stuff. For those that want to show further support to the channel, don't forget to check out the links for the Patreon, the Discord, all that good stuff. I still have the voice mod link. I definitely... Big thank you to my Priest-tier patrons, Cameo, Shadow Nest, and Ice Crystal. And to my Twitch subs and YouTube memberships and all the other Patreons that I have. Without y'all's help, I could not continue doing what I am doing, especially with the for those of y'all that subscribe on Twitch. That is a massive help. Other than that, for those of you that want to see more of this, I will be going live here probably roughly about an hour from now to do some Dead by Daylight with friends. If we don't have enough people, we might do Marvel Rivals instead. It depends on how many people I can scrape together, because Dead by Daylight kind of requires 4 other people besides me. So, other than that, as far as you guys should know, we have the subathon happening on my birthday on Friday. So I would be more than happy to have all of y'all come. But you don't have to necessarily contribute, but we would like to see you there. The more the merrier. We will be playing Dead by Daylight with a much larger group that day. Have people rotating in and out as survivors. And that will be going from noon until the planned stop time is midnight, unless things get a little more interesting after that. I'm thinking that we may start running out of people by then. So we will put a pin in it, and then the subathon time is 24 hours, and it is uncapped. So if you do decide to help contribute to the subathon, you could potentially end up making me stream for months for the subathon. Depends on how that goes. We'll see. Other than that, keep an eye out for the announcement for the next schedule, because we will have 2 new podcasts added to that. And until then, everybody have a great evening, and don't forget to drink water.
Hydrate or dihydrate.